Hello, guys. You're welcome back to Pause the Food. We're so happy to have you here, and I'll be reflecting on what transpired during the World Cup, the controversies, what we think about them, and as ever, I have two amazing analysts. Laide is here. Laide,
Welcome again to the podcast. My name is Olaide. So, as you have known, we are here to discuss everything about football.
thank you. And I have Lincoln here. Lincoln, what's up?
Yeah, I'm fine. Nice to be back here again to discuss sports, football, basically, and about the World Cup in general.
Yeah, yeah. So we're discussing about the World Cup, and for me, one very important thing that stuck out in this World Cup is the commercial level. Viewers know online that to attend games in this year's World Cup,
Was very
maybe you need to break a bank.
Yeah, actually, for this World Cup, I would say this is one of the most expensive World Cup for fans. Tickets were as high as 30,000. In fact, I saw one online that for the final ticket, it was as high as $150,000 for just one match. It was not even the resale value. It was even the normal ticket. It was not even directly from FIFA. It has the all access um, privilege. So you have the priority, you have the privilege. You can go anywhere into the stadium. Even you can even go to the pitch to see when Spain lift the World Cup. So it went for as high as $150,000. And for me, that's way too much. This is football fans, not customers. So I
So
don't.
a lot of the revenue was earned from ticketing, marketing arrangement, sponsorship, merchandising. But the two biggest revenue stream is from broadcasting and TV rights, like you mentioned, and ticketing. Now, my problem is football has always been a people sport. It's not like lawn tennis or golf that is restricted to the rich. When you make the World Cup look like this, it sort of becomes a privilege to attend a footballing event.
Okay, you know what? One thing we have to realize is it's more than football now is not is World Cup is just more than football. It's celebration of culture, celebration of people just tend to want to celebrate their ancestry and all. So I will give a very clear case study. Let me say like 10, 20 years ago, it's very hard for you to see footballers doing certain hairstyles. Those that do it are always tagged as the outliers, the unserious set of footballers. So now, let's go into the cultural aspect of it now. Look at the Norwegian team, the way they celebrated the tournament. The Turkish team, when they were coming into the tournament, the way the facade,
Yeah,
the
the
car stuff.
car stuff.
When you also look at when the Ivorians and the Congolese, when they came in,
Yeah,
even when the Curacao scored their first goal, I think they celebrated to celebrate like
yeah,
what they do.
exactly.
So now we have to now realize that we are also now into the social media age.
Okay.
So now the World Cup has changed from what it used to be.
Okay.
Like before, most of these footballers are, let me say, they're out of reach for us. Like you don't really know what goes on behind the scene and everything, except maybe exclusive. Now footballers after a football game, they go to their locker room, they show everything that is happening. You can see all these things in real time now. So
Yeah.
now football is now commercial because the world is definitely commercial due to social media. So you can't take that away from what the World Cup is going to be now, because it's every World Cup is being shaped by culture, and now we are in the social media culture, the social media age and social media world. So I don't think we can um, draw it away. We can't make a distinction.
But does social media make people richer to afford the ticket for the games?
Okay, now let me give you a very close case study of another thing. Someone like I show speed, or if I happens to be a streamer now, for example, if I stream now and I'm able to attend any World Cup game, regardless of how much I'm going to spend, I'm probably going to make the money from by the time I leave the stadium, because I can interview people, I can show them what is happening behind the scene, what most people will not be able to enjoy on a normal day, if not for the advent of social media. So, regardless of that, those are the things that actually makes it more expensive. Also, the commercials.
Okay. For me, I think for the example of actual speed that you cited, for me, it's not everybody that can be actual speed.
There's just one actual speed.
There's one ISO speed. So a lot of streamers, I have seen a lot of couple of videos. A lot of streamers went to the World Cup, but they were not privileged to even stream. They went to attend and they paid tickets. They couldn't stream. So there are still some priority given to some certain people at the World Cup. So for me, I felt FIFA is making it more of an event that won't be able that will at if we continue at this pace. I feel a lot of people will not have the privilege to see the World Cup. You might just be seeing it from home. You can't have the atmosphere, you can't have the experience again because we're paying as high as $30,000 to see just a game. It is too much for
But
me.
do you think if it happens, if the World Cup held in Africa or let me say in Europe, do you think the tickets will be up to that? Will be
No, I don't think so.
yeah. So now we also have to take into cognizance the purchasing power of the American people.
A World Cup is not for the locals alone.
Exactly.
A World Cup is a
It's
world
a
event.
world
Yes,
event.
it's a world event, but the truth is, most people that would attend are still the locals. They will still make
What proportion of the local attend, I wouldn't know, but I can tell in the World Cup final, not more than 50% of Americans were in the stadium. Not more than.
I don't have, like I said, I don't feel for maybe there's a place we can get that figure, but I will still bear to differ because when you look at the finals, you see a lot of celebrities, you know, they are attending. So it's just more of what American is, because whether you want it, whether you like it or not, the World Cup or any football tournament will still take the shape of the culture of where you are hosting the tournament. So I think it's also the American culture trying to play in. Because okay, for example, regardless of what you want to think, if you host the World Cup, let's say in South Africa or in Nigeria, and you said that one ticket is 30,000, I can bet it with you, or $10,000, I can bet it with you, you would likely see, I doubt you will see half of the people you saw at the final in any game. So you still have to make it, you still have to tailor the expenses of the ticket to the local populace, whether you like it or not, and the purchasing power of the people. But I mean, this is America.
The last World Cup
Yeah.
was held in Qatar,
Qatar.
right? A rich city, Middle East. And it was half of the revenue generated from this year, about $4.5 billion. So it's more like the same economy or similar economy. Yeah, maybe more people can purchase the ticket, but again, a World Cup should be a World Cup.
A World Cup should be a
Okay,
World Cup.
now let's just take it this way. I when Qatar wanted to host the World Cup, you can see a lot of noise around it. Oh, they won't accept LGBT, the human rights record. A lot of people want to postulate on, they want to be politically correct as a reason why they will not attend the World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
Now, Qatar wanted to show Qatar to the world, to show the positive side of Qatar, what we can do. I think it would be foolhardy of them to now make the tickets expensive. You understand what I'm trying to say? Compared to America, America doesn't even need you to come to their country. In fact, they even saw a lot of controversies and them denying a referee visa. We saw some the Iranian team have to come. The Americans, America don't care. You understand? They believe that the economy is enough for them to make whatever they want to make out of it. So it's two different World Cup, and it's two different demography of people, two different um countries trying to showcase what they have. Now let's look at what the next. I feel the next World Cup might not be that, in terms of the ticket price, might not be that expensive
It's
because
coming back to Europe.
Europe. So
Yeah,
Europe is a
Spain,
bit socialist kind of,
Spain, Portugal,
and
Morocco,
Portugal. So
2030.
now, okay, obviously, between Portugal and Morocco, they are definitely not high income country compared to, or their income compared to Qatar or America
Or
is
the
not,
US.
or it's not on the same caliber, it's
Yeah.
not on the same level. So I don't think we should expect it to be that expensive.
Yeah, for me, I think to support his point at because in this World Cup was the first time the FIFA is doing the dynamic ticketing. That the tickets the price keep changing, and this is according to the demand and everything. So I think it's because of the US that they were. That's why they were doing all these things, and so for me, I understand the commercial parts of the business because now football is business, and every motive of every business is to make profit. So, but my fear is now that the joy of the World Cup might be might be eroded because of of this the money and the commercial part. If we focus too much on it, the joy, the main reason the World Cup was started, and the main joy we usually have every 4 years to look forward to a next World Cup might be eroded, because if you think of the pricing, you might be discouraged. You might not be like, oh, this World Cup might be too much for me to. It's more than my budget, so the joy won't be there. There's, for a football fan, for a local fan, the joy of having a World Cup close to you, seeing, having the experience, experiencing the atmosphere every 4 years, is, you cannot quantify it. So we should not. I feel FIFA should not allow the monetary parts and the ticketing, the commercial part to eat deep into that kind of into that into the love we have for the game.
But let's look at it now. Is there anything that is not commercialized these days that is on a large scale? Maybe the only fault me I had, or criticism I had, is the issue of the halftime break taking too much of time, like 30 minutes halftime break in the final. I don't think
That's
it's
even
it's
enough.
it's
It's
needed.
enough way to generate revenue. You don't even have to increase tickets. The halftime show, with the number of people who want to come to support that halftime show to display their brand,
But
is even enough.
economics is all about demand and supply. I'm very sure if they increase it, if the
It's
demand
not
does, if the
even for
demand does
me.
not match it,
It's not even.
they would have to bring it down.
It's not even about the halftime break for me, because I saw the analysis of each hydration break at the World Cup. It's a 3 minute hydration break. 1 minute to show the players, 1 minute for advert, and another minute to show the player. For those halftime hydration breaks in 104 matches, you just try and calculate the number of amount of money FIFA made on that alone. So I feel this World Cup was the commercial part and the business part of this World Cup was over magnified, and it was just too obvious. So I think they should, at the next World Cup, FIFA should just please, they should just please and reduce it.
Yeah, truly. In past defense, though, they had mentioned that there will be increased money given to the member countries to improve sports in their countries. But then, if each member country does the same thing they did on the grand scale, if we need to pay through our nose to watch either EPL or NFL games, I think it might break the spirit of the sport.
Because all these will have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
If FIFA could do it and it worked for them, other associations, other sports would look like, okay, since one person did it and it worked, then we also, why not, also we can do it, and it will kill the joy of the sport.
Yeah, so outside FIFA's revenue from the 2026 World Cup, another thing that also caught people's attention was the officiating during the games. Many thanks for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned to this channel for the second part of this discussion. Thank you.